Hi and welcome back to another AnyRPG Development Livestream. In these videos, I livestream the development of the AnyRPG Engine, a 100% free and open source role-playing game engine designed in Unity and written in C#. These videos are unscripted and give you a chance to look behind the scenes at the raw, methodical, unfiltered side of software development. For more information on AnyRPG, be sure to check out AnyRPG.org, where you can find documentation on the engine, as well as links to the full source code at the official GitHub repository and downloads of AnyRPG Alpha, a free game designed to showcase the features of the AnyRPG engine. If you'd like to see more of this type of content in the future, be sure to subscribe to the Cohesion YouTube channel, like the videos, or just leave a note in the comments telling me what type of content you would like to see. In today's episode, we will be finishing off our addition of holdable items to the game. In the last series, we made a fishing rod and some of the other gathering skill tools holdable, and in this episode we will be hopefully getting the food and the potions completed as holdables as well. So the free assets we'll be using from the asset store this time will very likely be this potions pack from Game Plan VFX and the RPG food and drinks pack from Halotna. So what we're going to be doing first is we need to make some prefabs out of these things. So I'm going to start with the potion big here, and I'm just going to duplicate it because we always want to make sure that we've got a backup copy of this in case we do anything wrong with it that we can't undo with the undo function. So we'll call this AnyRPG Potion Big, and why don't we actually call this Mana Potion Big, because that blue color is built right into the texture. It's not like something you can change. So we'll need to make a holdable item for this potion. So we'll go find some existing holdable items, which, let's see, mining pickaxe is a holdable item. Okay, good. So we have these holdable objects here, and let's just actually, you know what, actually that's fine. We'll just copy one of these here, rune sword, and we'll just make that into mana potion. And then we'll just use that prefab that we have, the AnyRPG mana potion here, and we don't need any sheathed information for this. So just to make things easy and remember that, we'll just set those all to zeros. And we don't really need a sheath target bone either. I don't remember whether it's right hand or left hand. I think it's the left. We'll leave it in the right hand. We'll check the animation. If it's the wrong hand, we can always swap it. And actually, you know, to be totally honest, I think what I'm just going to do is just set all. Actually, we'll just leave those where they are, because those I think are pretty common hand positions that get stuff sort of in the middle of our hand compared to the hand bone, but we'll figure that out in a second. So now that we have this holdable object, we want to go into the spell where we actually use the mana. So that spell was called something like recover 200 mana, restore. I think we were using the 1000 mana, and it was the ability. So let's go look at restore 1000 mana. And we don't have a holdable object for that, so the holdable object name was, I believe, just mana potion. Is that what we named it again? Mana potion, holdable object, perfect. Okay, so now that we have a mana potion that's a holdable object, actually that should just like work. Let's go figure out if that does or not. Whoops, I'm on the wrong scene there. Let's go back into our load game manager. And we'll just save this because we edited some scriptable objects. And then go into the game manager here. And let's see. What just happened here? We got some sort of null reference exception here. I'll just pull the console over so we can see it. And object reference not set to an instance of an object. Right, I see what happened. So if this is essentially on the character preview screen here, and at this point the player isn't spawned actually in the player manager, so I guess we just have to fix that really quickly here. So if player manager.myInstance does not equal null and myInstance dot my character does not equal null and I guess we should check, yeah, if player manager.myInstance.myCharacter.myCharacterCombat doesn't equal null, because it just never hurts to be too safe. And then actually, let's just try adding that at the beginning of this, because if none of those are true, or if any of them fail, I mean, we won't even make it to the last one there. And then it should just default to sheathed object in that case. Okay, so let's just try that. Okay, there we go, that's a lot better, yeah. So now we get him with the weapon sheathed on his back, and it should be the same for everybody here. We get this guy with the sword sheathed on his back, and same with that guy. Wolfspeed has his shield and sword on his back here, and Lost Soul doesn't have anything. Okay, great. So we want to load up Wizards RS. Okay, and just going to pause this here and pull my console window back out because, whoops, I've got the scene in another monitor and the frame rates always drop terribly if you have the scene open at the same time as a game. Yeah, that's better. My frame rates are way better now. Okay, so now what I need to do is eat a mana potion, drink a mana potion, and we have mana potions, so let's just take a look at that. We'll have to lose some mana first or gain some mana. So we'll equip the staff and we'll click on the mana potion. And I didn't get a spell prefab there. So let's see if we can figure out what happened there. So we'll just, I just got a little bit of spam on my console here I need to get rid of first. Actually, I think that one will be okay to leave there. Okay. So looking back at that ability again. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we were actually using restore 500 mana, it looks like, not restore 1000 mana. So we'll just go over to those. And for restore 500 mana, actually the one we need is the ability version of this. Restore 500 mana. And if we look at what we put on restore 1000 mana, it was the mana potion. So we'll go on to restore 500 mana and we'll put the mana potion on that one. And we'll just save that and we'll pop into the game again. Okay, so let's go up here and stand on some flat ground there. Pop the bone staff on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, good. So the mana potion appeared, but it appeared in the wrong hand there. So it was his left hand that we needed to put it in for this animation. So we'll just go out of the game here for a second and we'll go over and find the mana potion holdable right here, and we'll just change that from right hand to left hand. And to be honest, I kind of want to try making it a little bigger. That potion was like really tiny, and I almost want it like just cartoonishly big. So we will try and see if that works any better. We're just going to save that, of course, and then jump into the game again. And let's see if that works. Okay, I'm just going to save it when I'm standing up here. And we'll pop on our staff and we'll click that button. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a nice big huge potion. Okay, cool. It's facing the wrong way though, so we just need to make a couple of slight adjustments to that. So we'll just throw this old sword here back on, and then throw that back on. We'll use the mana potion, and there. Okay, so let's adjust this here. Grab the scene and just pull it in here so we can see it. And we'll find our mana potion and hit F to focus on it. And now it looks like we need to just rotate it around there. So we'll rotate it and just move it up a little bit, move it back a little bit, sort of like this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's see, it's like pretty much right in the center of his hand. Yeah, okay, I like that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to lock the inspector here and then open up a new inspector in this tab just so we can copy those values over. So open up an inspector window and click on the mana potion holdable object and just copy these values over. So now we'll actually have the position and rotation correct in his hand there. Okay, that looks good. And now I think let's just pop out of the game, save that, close that inspector tab, and jump back in and see what happens with our potion. Oh, nice. The goblin aggroed us because we were within his aggro range there. I don't think I'm close enough to auto hit him. Okay, whatever, that's good enough. You know what? We're just going to go test our potions over here out of range from now on where we won't be in aggro range. Okay, that's better. So let's try that potion on again. Equip the staff so we have a loss of mana. There we go, drink it, and oh yeah, that's perfect. You can actually see it like, because we're using the potion from this RPG food and drink set, and this set is actually animated, so everything has 4 stages here. If we just click on this video here, I think it'll, whoa, let's turn that volume down there. You can see as you're eating the items, they slowly disappear, and that is why I think this set is so cool. So let's go back into the game here. We'll take another look at that, and lose some mana, gain some mana, drink it, see the blue stuff's going down, and it's like pretty much empty by the time we're done. Cool. So the next thing we want to do, we have health potions, and our health potion doesn't have like any prefab associated with it yet. It's just kind of an empty one. So let's find ourselves a good prefab for that one. So that other mana potion is hard-coded blue, but I think we've got a good health potion here somewhere we can use. Yeah, this 3D potions pack here has some 3D prefabs, and actually that's exactly the one I want right there. Potion A. Yeah, definitely potion A. Okay. So this one unfortunately doesn't like go down as you drink it, but it's still like a pretty cool looking 3D potion. So I want to use it, and of course we're just going to duplicate that and give it our own name as always, so that we can easily find these. You know what? We're going to give that an even better name. This is going to be an AnyRPG red potion. That way when we search by the keywords potion or red, we will find it. And now we just need to basically give it a holdable object the exact same way we give the mana potion a holdable object. So, whoops, we'll go into that directory there, and we'll just duplicate the mana potion holdable object. Oops, rename it to health potion. And set its title up here, and then change this up to whoops, AnyRPG red potion. Perfect. Okay. I'm just going to reset these again. I'd laugh if we end up coming back to like the same values, but we'll see. Physical scale, you know what, we'll just leave that at 2. Let's just see how big that is in our hand. So now we have the health potions, and let's just see the health potion. Interesting, the health potion does restore 1,000 health, but for some reason, that's interesting. The mana potion is supposed to be restoring 1,000 mana. I don't know why it was only restoring. Maybe we were using like a small mana potion. I'll figure that part out too here. Either way, I guess what we can just do, now that we know the mana potion works, we're just going to put that inside all of the restore mana abilities. And then it doesn't matter which mana potion we're using, we'll get that. And then just make sure I called that health potion. Yeah, good. So I have the health potion holdable object, and now we can go into all the restore abilities, restore 200 health, and health potion. And we'll just do that for all of them. I mean, we know this works. And the only thing that we're going to have to do is move the holdable object around. So we'll try that out now. And we will load up, just continue our game here. And now we'll just get in a position where we need more health. Oh, wow. Oh my god, that thing is humongous. Okay. Let's, well, I wasn't prepared for it to be that big. You know what I'm thinking here? I'm just going to import it at a different size. Likely this is one of those ones that we're going to have to import at like 0.25. Sometimes I notice some places when you import things, they tend to be like 4 times bigger than they should be. I think it's just different 3D software has different scales by default. So we're going to go to first the health potion object here for our large health potion holdable object. Yeah, there it is. And I'm just going to set that scale down to 1. And then I'm going to go into AnyRPG red potion, and this red potion is based on, like, basically, let me just see if I can find it here. There. Okay, so it's going to be based on potion A right here. And so likely what we want to do is we want to change that. We got the cork too. And then if I look at the prefab, let me just take a look here. You know what I might just do? Because this is basically a complex object, which is made up of a lot of different things, I think I'm actually honestly just going to set the scale right inside that holdable object thing. Setting the scale here, it'll just be overridden by the holdable object because it gets set by it anyway. So let's go into the holdable object here, and just turn the scale down to 0.25 and see how that looks for now. And then what we'll do is we'll just jump back into the game and just adjust it till it looks good. Okay, so we'll start by getting some extra health and then grabbing the potion. Okay, actually that's pretty much perfect. So now we just have to adjust its position. So we'll just look for the potion in the scene. Hit F to focus on it. Yeah, it looks like we probably could have just kept the exact same coordinates that we gave the other potion there. So we'll just rotate this thing around so it's facing us a little better, and then we'll just drag it upwards here on the global coordinate system. Wow. Switch that back to local maybe. Yeah, actually that's better. Okay, perfect. So that's not bad. It's like totally cartoonishly big, but that's kind of what I wanted. We'll just maybe move it over a little bit here. And now, I mean, it's kind of sticking through his thumb, but it's not really a big deal. I'm mostly just concerned about how it's fitting like in the palm of his hand there. And that's actually good enough. And you know what? Maybe a little bit more of a rotation here, because we kind of want it coming like down toward his face like that. So then we can just move it back up a little bit and then just make sure it's still kind of in the right spot here. Maybe back that way a little bit. And yeah, I think that looks okay. So now it's sort of like pointing towards his mouth, like he's down in this thing. This particular animation comes from a character model with a huge head where this thing literally is touching its lips. It's a little sword fighter asset. I might see if I can find a better one later, possibly in the Carnegie Mellon huge mocap library. But for now, I kind of like this one. So this looks good. We're just going to lock the inspector here. We'll add another new inspector tab. and we'll look for the health potion holdable object, and then just set these values right here. And then, okay, good, so we've still got the right scale in there too. Okay, that looks good. So now that we have that all set, we can just unpause the game or exit the game there and save this and just jump back into the game and test to make sure that both of those things are working. Okay, so equip the bone staff and use the health potion. Nice. Okay, and then let's just do the same thing for the mana potion, which looks way cooler because it actually like drains itself as you drink it. If we wanted to see it drain like all the way to empty, the animation actually does include it, but we just have to make the animation cast time a little longer so that we can see that. Okay, and now basically we need to do pretty much the same thing for food. So what I will do here is we need to create now holdable objects for the couple different types of food that we have. So let's just stick those on our bars here. Uncooked ham, and let's see the other type of food. Oh, we don't have any fish. Okay. Let's go get some fish. Because we'll need that. Okay, awesome, that's better. So now we have some fish and we have some meat. And so we can go in and we're just going to save this here, and then we'll go make holdable objects for them. So let's go find them in our game here, and I put them in the RPG food and drink pack here, and it's in the same directory as the mana potion. So this is our ham, and this is exactly what we want. Like, wow, that's so cool that we managed to find a free ham that's even animated. Like, I could not be happier with this RPG food and drink pack here. It's just awesome. And they're like exactly as cartoonish as I wanted to. So this is going to be the AnyRPG ham, and then the other one that we need, where is it here? Fish. That's our fish that we're going to eat, our uncooked white mullet there. So we're just going to duplicate that and turn that into AnyRPG fish. And now we can just make some holdable objects for those as well. So we'll find the holdable object directory here, and then just turn this mana potion into a ham. Yeah. And add the AnyRPG ham. And in this case, I think I actually do want this one in the right hand, and it's actually got more to do with the animation than anything. The animation we have while he's eating, he's not actually going to look like he's eating. He will sit down, but he's just going to hold this in his hand. But his hand kind of rotates a little bit, and so we want sort of the bone, I think, to be in his right hand when that happens. So we'll just leave these position and rotations in there, setting the scale back to 1, and then see how that looks. Actually, you know what? I think this came from the same set as the mana potion, so maybe we really do want the scale to 2, because I have a feeling all these objects are going to be similarly scaled. Okay, great. So now we have a ham, and then we actually have an ability. We'll set this on the uncooked ham. We have eat uncooked ham, and we have eat cooked ham and eat raw white mullet. So eat uncooked ham needs the holdable object name of ham, and eat cooked ham just needs the holdable object name of ham as well. And then we might as well just do the fish too while we're in here. So we'll just go back to the ham. And we'll just make another copy of that. We're going to call it fish. And the resource name is just fish. And the AnyRPG ham gets swapped out for the AnyRPG fish. Alright, and that looks good. And you know what, maybe let's just be a little more specific here. I'm going to call this the edible fish, and I'm going to call this the edible ham. Those names are a little more descriptive. Maybe I'll do the same thing here. Edible ham and edible fish. That way, if we add more hams and more fishes with prefabs, we're not going to get confused about them. So now we can go back to the eating abilities here. And so in eat cooked ham, we'll have edible ham. Eat uncooked ham will also be edible ham. And eat raw white mullet will be edible fish. Okay, good. So now let's just try to go eat some food in the game and see what that looks like. So we're going to hit play here. Okay, good. So now we can actually eat food even when we're full health, so that's good. So let's eat some ham. I think I did something wrong there because I don't see the ham in my hand. So let's just see if the same thing applies. That's what the problem is. Yeah, okay. I did do something wrong there. These names have to match. Spaces don't matter, but characters do. And it wouldn't have been able to find the object in the factory because it's actually based on this name right here, not on the file name. So let's try that again. Okay, and we're gonna sit down and oh yeah, look at that, and it's slowly disappearing. Oh, that's so cool. Awesome. Now, there was a slight problem with that. I don't know, you might have noticed it. The ham sort of like disappeared and came back. So we'll want to just change the timing on that a little bit. There's a script on here that lets you know how often you can swap the animations, or I mean swap the states on this thing. So let's just eat another one of these, and we'll just position this thing properly while we're in here. So we can just go into the scene and look for our ham, and we're just going to lock that inspector window here and then focus on the ham, and then let's just try to get this thing into the correct hand there. And I'm just going to turn off this energy pulse here. Whoops. Oh yeah, that's the ham. I have the inspector locked, no wonder. I need a new inspector window over here. And now I can turn off that green energy pulse. Okay, that's a lot better. Now I can sort of see what I'm doing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to position the bone of the ham in his hand. So we'll hit E here so we can rotate it, and that's almost exactly what I need right there already. Put the bone sort of in the center here, and then let's just take a look. Not bad, but the bone's still kind of sticking through his fingers a little bit, so we'll rotate it a little bit downward, move it down a little bit, sort of up here. It's like mostly in the center. Let me look at that from the top. It's kind of hard to find a good angle here, but you know what? That's not bad. I mean, it doesn't really have to be perfect, and it sort of looks like he's holding it in between his two hands there. He's like sort of resting it on that one hand. Yeah, that's good. I mean, we're not making like perfect animations here. These things are like cartoonishly big, and I kind of like that effect anyway. Like semi-stylized, not like super low poly, but just a little bit. Cartoony is okay. So now let's go back into the inspector here and just change up these values on this ham to match what we have now in the game there. And change out their rotations also. And the size is perfect. I like the scale, so we'll just leave that like it is. And that looks good. Let's not quit just yet though, because okay, so this one lasted about 6 seconds. So what this means is we actually want to go, oh, you know what? Okay, we will have to, let me just see here. Yeah, we'll have to get out of the game now anyway, because I need to look at the edible ham here, and we've got this consumer script on it. And this is what we need to change here. So we need to basically serialize this field so that we can see this in the inspector. And 1 is a good default value. But what we will do is we're going to change this So if we look at this particular ham prefab here, we can see that it has basically 4 stages, and what the script does is just like activates and deactivates them one by one. So given that our animation is like 6 seconds long, we want these transitions to occur instead like once every 1.5 seconds. Let me just confirm eat cooked ham. So pretty much, what is this? It is perfect. It is precisely 6 seconds. So a transition every 1.5 seconds will be perfect for this, because we'll end up just holding an empty bone at the end and it shouldn't refill itself as we stand up, hopefully. So we'll just go into the edible ham here and set the interval to 1.5. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do that on the fish as well. So edible fish also needs its interval set to 1.5. And actually, given that these are by the same author, I'm actually going to just directly copy across the values from the ham over to the fish. Because if all the rotation points and everything, the pivots, I mean, and the centers end up mapping to the same positions, then we'll hopefully be grabbing the fish by the tail and slowly eating it. So let's try that and see what it looks like. Okay, so now let's sit down and eat some ham. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got a bone. We stand up. Perfect. It disappears, and all we had was a bone. Okay, that was awesome. And actually, that even makes that animation look a little better, because in this animation, like when we stand up, the animation is actually from a goblin who originally had a staff in his hand. So when he stands up, he's actually holding onto the staff. So when you see the character's hand, the character's like holding up the bone as he stands. So it actually it fits. It works perfectly. Let's just try the fish now. Oh yeah, it's exactly right. He's holding it by the tail. Oh, it's perfect. It's disappearing. He stands up with a fishbone. Oh my god, that couldn't be more perfect. Totally couldn't be more perfect. So the next thing that we need is, I notice like, okay, we're eating, right? But it's kind of silent. There's no sound effect for it. So let's hop out of the game for a second here and just see, like, I'm pretty sure we have the ability now to add sound effects. And I've got a sound effect kit somewhere in here, if I can find it. Yeah, I believe it's actually in, there we go, bite. Let me take a look at this. Okay. That's a single bite. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Eat. Let's see how long this sound effect is. Oh, 6 seconds. You know, it's like the messiest eating sounds ever. Let's check this other one. They're all like the exact length they need to be. And this last one. I think I like the first one better. I'm just going to check if we have any other eating sounds here from any of the other packs that we've downloaded. We have a lot of assets in here. What is this heater? No, that's definitely not it. Yeah, I think that may be it. These are whooshes. Action heating up. Monsters screaming and shouting. And zombies eating. Okay. So this first one, I think that's the best. It's weird. It sounds like there's a little bit of reverb, like it was recorded in a room with walls that were echoing a little bit. But I'm still okay with it. So let's see. This is Zombie Eat 01. So we're gonna make a copy of that and rename it AnyRPG. And this is basically already a descriptive enough name, so I'll just leave it exactly like it is, except for with our new tag on it. And now what we want to do is we want to go into the eating sounds. So let's whoops, we want to go into the eating, the eating spells. Okay, so eat cooked ham. So what we'll do is all of these ones will get the casting audio clip. And this is the AnyRPG Zombie Eat. And we'll do that for all of them. Same for the ham. Okay, great. And then these things are currently casting a spell, which actually has its own sound effect, and I don't want that sound effect. Now that we have our own sound effect for eating, so we don't want that one. So what I'm going to do here is we've got this green energy pulse, and I'm just going to copy it, and I'm gonna, because it's got a sound effect attached like right to the prefab here. So I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to call this copy no sound, and I'm just going to remove the audio source from it completely. And then I'm going to go back into this eat cooked ham ability here. And these restore health effects are only used for eating currently. So if we needed like a restore health effect, actually they're used for potions as well, but that really doesn't matter because honestly I don't want potions to have that sound effect either, because that's more meant for spells. So basically this will just be green energy pulse no sound, and then we want to just do that for everything and change all the health restoration ones. So 500 health gets to be energy pulse no sound. Same thing for 1,000 health. And same thing for 2,000 health. Okay, so that should do it. And I'm just like a little bit interested now just to see if I have like a drink sound. I don't have a drink sound, but what I wonder is if I go back, I'm just gonna check this sound effects pack right here, because like these blood splashes, that doesn't really sound like drinking. Yeah, no, okay. Um, we have, I don't know, some water sounds as well, I think. No, okay. I thought I had. Yeah, that's more like a swimming sound, and it's totally the wrong length too. I need something that's basically just like 3 seconds or so. Oh, that's interesting. Water flush. Yeah, no, it more sounds like a guy swimming. Okay, let me just look really quickly for like splash here. See if maybe weird. These things are like totally quiet. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll have to look for some better water sounds at some point. Okay, so realistically, we only are concerned about the eating one right now. Um, so let's try that out. And let's see if while we're eating, we get the proper eating sound instead of the. Oh, yeah. Oh, that eating sounds kind of bad. But you know what? Honestly, we can find like a better eating sound from a better sound effect pack at some point. But for now, like, that's great. It's an eating sound. I don't know what he's eating. It's like he's like slurping out of a trough or something. It's like some sort of liquid sound. But at least like the spell effect sound is gone. Like we don't have that like green spell effect sound. We got an eating sound, even if it's like he's eating in like a bathtub or something. I don't know. Good enough though. So um, that's pretty much all I wanted to do for this video. We now can eat. We now get like food in our hands that basically disappears over time. The fish disappears over time, and we can put our staff on. Oh, right, and we can take a health potion, and we can take a mana potion and drink it. Awesome. Okay, that's good for now, and I'm gonna upload. Actually, let's not forget, because the final step of this is that we made a code change. It was just a very tiny bug fix, but it was kind of a critical one, because the game will crash without that. So let's just go commit that to GitHub. And actually, the other thing we need to do is we need to go in our game manager here, because we are going to change that to 0.5.1a, because this is just like a minor patch version bug fix. Okay, that looks good. So fix bug on character external reference bug on character load screen. That's good. Whoops. That's my commit message. I don't know what I'm doing there. Okay, let's try this. There we go. And now let's try that again with the commit message. Okay, great. So now I will go ahead and I will upload that, and I will post it to the AnyRPG website. If you like this type of content, or if you want to see more of this type of content or anything else in the future, just post a comment in the videos or like them and subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you in the next episode.